And go.
Welcome back, all you beautiful, beautiful people out there in internet land. Got the BP crew here. Do another watch along with BP, that is.
Leon here.
I'm Jake. That's it, just the three of us today. We're doing a extension of Three Musketeers, and by which I mean it's on the same list, our 97 Degrees to Kevin Bacon list.
Kevin Baker.
Now we're up to 60-something, I believe. I'm not exactly sure.
Sounds about right.
Somewhere in there. We are on Tombstone.
I still think that's a bitch slap in the face to Scott. You know this is one of his favorite movies.
This is another, I don't know if you've been listening long enough to know.
Spite movie.
This is another Spite watch-along, where whenever somebody can't make it to our little watch-along, what have yous, we spitefully watch a movie that we know they love, just so we can say they did it while they were gone, you know, kind of thing. We call it Spite watch-along.
It's a terrible thing to do.
It's actually been really good so far. The first one we did was that Laura Croft movie, and that one of our highest viewed videos so far.
I thought the first one was the Young Guns.
Young Guns 2?
Yeah.
No, that's just the first one we really talked about it. The actual first one.
That's right. That's right.
Because I did that on purpose. I guess with that being said, we're doing Tombstone today.
Nice segue.
Right? We're going from the amazing thriller Backdraft, following Kurt Russell from Backdraft to Tombstone, arguably his fifth or sixth best movie? Arguably. Somewhere in the meat of it, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Not even close to the top, I'd say. He's just done so many gems that it's, you know, it's unfortunate something like Tombstone ranks so low.
This is arguably Val Kilmer's best movie.
No, not even arguably. Batman? Did you hear me? I said Batman? Arguably the best Batman movie?
No.
Definitely the best Val
Everyone
Kilmer
knows that the Clooney
Clooney.
Batman
You and your Clooney Batman.
Nipples.
I swear to God.
Bat nipples.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of ass in that one too. Which
I
really
didn't
like.
even notice that.
I'm all about it. I'm more of an ass man myself.
All right.
So to sync this audio track up to your copy
That being said,
of Tombstone, the 1990 whatever Kurt Russell joint, you simply pause this audio track when prompted, play your copy of Tombstone at the 34-second mark when the Synergy logo fades completely to black and the music stops. You'll unpause this audio track at the 34-second mark, and you'll be all ready to go. So again,
sounds about right.
Pause this audio track when prompted, play your copy of Tombstone at the 34-second mark when the Synergy logo fades completely to black and the music stops. Unpause this audio track, and that's it. So go ahead and pause in 3, 2, 1. Pause. And we're back. Opening up a whorehouse / gambling parlor?
It did not. Tombstone is an awful place.
I've been. It is awful. It's not worth a 45-minute ride off the freeway to fucking get there.
No.
I've been suckered into that. Oh, I was pissed.
No.
I walked around the town for 5 minutes before I angrily left. Because you walk all the way across the town in 5 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, the Cowboys, just like I said.
So, fun fact.
Okay.
Wyatt, or people like to claim that he's, you know, this great gunslinger.
All right.
Most cowboys rode around with a 4-inch barrel.
All right, that's pretty standard stuff nowadays. Anyway.
You know Wyatt Earp's Peacemaker?
What about it?
12-inch barrel.
Oh shit!
12-inch.
Hanging down to his knee, huh?
I mean, imagine if somebody's sitting there, you're 30 yards away, and somebody's trying to plink at you with a 4-inch gun.
Yeah,
and
why are you so far away?
And you have a hand rifle.
Who knows what he's shooting out of it, too. Seems like you would have loaded up your guns before you got here and stepped off your horse.
But then you lose the intimidation factor. Johnny Ringo. You can go visit his grave too. It's on private property.
Johnny Ringo?
Yeah. Used to be you had to call, because it was on private property, you'd have to call the landowner and ask if you could go onto his property to go visit it.
There he is, the guy from Avatar.
The real life Wyatt Earp's cousin is in this, who's named Wyatt Earp.
Original.
And he plays just some random guy.
He's probably not even an Earp.
What?
I say he's probably not even an Earp.
No,
he's like
he's
a cousin on the other side. He just calls himself Wyatt Earp.
Renamed himself.
That's what I
Do I have a knife?
Yes. You got a Chavez E. Chavez over here. Why did they run away when they had a chance?
No.
Have the priest take her away. What the fuck does that mean? He looks like he's painted up. Say you should have the priest take her away when he had the chance. Seems like a waste.
Well, that's the best part about having a hooker die on you. The second hour is free. What?
I think they just shot the priest. Oh, maybe they were just shooting all the guys that weren't dead. What about the guys behind him? How pissed would you be if you shot toward that guy? I was right back here.
Yeah. What the hell are you guys doing? Holy shit.
Is Wyatt Earp going to be in the next scene on a white horse?
Dun dun dun. So I'm torn between which one I like better. This one, which is far better written, or the Kevin Costner joint.
See, I never saw that one.
Wild Herb?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing until we were looking this up.
Yeah, it's a thing. I think that one might be more historically accurate than this.
Could you imagine dressing like this? Even in the winter in Tombstone. This would be like a hot outfit, like a 3-piece wool suit and shit. It's like, what the fuck? They really missed an opportunity.
So, Tombstone's a lot cooler than it is here, though.
Is
Probably
it? I thought
at
it was
least
more
10 degrees
deserty.
cooler. At least 10 degrees cooler. It's a lot higher up than here. Oh, they're in Tucson! Allegedly.
Elevation 26,000 feet? 2,600 feet, I mean? Does that sound right?
I don't know.
That's what it says on the thing, right?
Could be. I think here we're what, 1,100 to 1,500
I think that sounds about right. In New Mexico.
in New Mexico, and then Tombstone's even higher up than Tucson. There he is, magnificent bastard.
I'm just sitting through this so we can get the Twister. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Young Helen Hunt and Mom Jeans. I'm all about it.
Robert, should we tell Jake that we've already did a watch
You
along?
you spite watched the live fucking Twister without me? You
You're
son
on
of a
vacation,
bitch.
yeah.
Son of a bitch. Why does it have to be this way?
Well, you know, the spite watch alongs work.
I was looking forward to that.
You never see it coming. She really wants her opium.
Opium addict, that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a simpler time. You could just buy opium and cocaine right over the counter. You didn't even have to go to a pharmacist. You probably just get it at the trade shop or whatever. Let me get 1 kilo of cocaine and 2 kilos of opium.
That'll be $1, sir. $1? You're out of your mind.
I'm gonna want a couple pence back on that boy. Oh, I got a big bottle right here in my bag.
Mm-hmm. Longer.
Is that Sylvester Stallone's brother? That is Sylvester Stallone's brother.
Imagine losing $500 back then.
All right.
There's a place in Tombstone called Big Nose Kate's.
Is that her name?
A bustle is the big fake butt that they used to put.
And it was lewd not to have one on?
Yeah.
See your actual small ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Breathing his diseased air.
Is tuberculosis, can you get it?
I don't know how that works.
Is it communicable?
I don't know how it works.
It would have to be, right? Otherwise, how would you get it?
Well, I mean, you get leprosy. Is that communicable?
Yes. That's why they shun lepers.
Well, except Jesus. Jesus loved leprosy.
Because he had a good immune system. Supposedly, he could cure lepers, even though he didn't. Just out of spite, because he hated them. But he could be around him without getting leprosy. I need more opium.
Laudanum, I need laudanum. If I remember correctly,
I'm listening.
the town that they built here is like 30 miles? No. Maybe like 15 to 20 miles outside of Tucson.
You mean like the Showtown or whatever, the studios? Oh, they used to have, I think I went to this as a kid, right? They used to, it's like an amusement park or something, right?
So that's probably old Tucson Studios.
Oh, that is what it was.
So this isn't the same as
Old Tucson Studios.
yeah.
That sounds familiar, actually. I think I went to it right before it closed down. Right?
Somebody bought it. I don't know what they're doing with it.
Probably turning it into housing.
It's funny because there is a Grand in Tombstone, and there is a theater called the Birdcage.
Okay. Cochise? I've heard of that. How was that nonpartisan? Chinese guy. Hey, wait a minute.
Cowboys. Steak, it's what's for dinner. That's the name of the street in Tombstone, too, that everything's on.
Nice.
Where all the hookers are.
The only other guy in the scene that's fucking might. Billy Bob.
Loud as shit.
All right. Is this where you got that from?
What? No.
You don't even have a gun.
Get him, Billy Bob.
I fight fires.
It's the goofiest goddamn line.
He just tosses it out the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand. So dealers just like own the table?
Good card table, a good dealer gets paid to do his job.
Okay.
How else do you make money? He did an amazing job slimming down to do Doc Holliday too. Like he looks like he's like $120.
I got the TB. I don't understand half of what they're fucking saying. What the hell's a racetrack? Huh. It's a funny way to break. I remember him being in this.
Yeah. He thinks himself like real important too. So they did a reunion
Okay.
for the
Billy
movie
Zane.
Tombstone.
Okay.
In Tombstone.
All right.
Billy Zane was there.
Gotcha.
And so he calls the place where they're staying and he says he wants his own floor.
His own floor. And Billy who?
Billy Zane. He wants his own floor.
I was in the movie The Phantom.
The hotel that he called
Yeah.
is a single story. So like they're like, sir, I think you have us confused with anybody else.
Someplace with 2 floors.
But he thought he was like so important, and this is like 4 or 5 years ago. He thought he was.
I think he was riding that Zoolander 2 fucking fame.
I don't know.
Was he even in Zoolander 2?
I don't.
I remember he was in the first one.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Point is he thinks a lot of himself for not being very.
Yeah, famous,
Yeah.
popular, rich, successful,
Pick one.
all of the above.
Apparently, most of the guns for this movie were delivered personally by the armorer, and it's that dude that was on the screen.
Okay.
One of the
Oh, I see. The Turkey Creek Jack Johnson or whatever it was.
that was it.
So they actually had an armorer that did his job.
You can tell there's no bald ones in it.
Hey, isn't there a bald one in the other one?
Which one? The
Wyatt
Kevin
Earp.
Costner one?
Wyatt Earp.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Remember? I told you I didn't even hear about it until we were looking this up. Hey, it's Locke.
Locke.
From Lost?
Oh, yeah. And it's also, shit. 90210 guy.
90210 guy. This guy right here?
No.
That was a good shot.
That guy.
I wasn't looking. Which one?
Son of a bitch. He kind of looks like Zane.
Billy Zane?
Looks like Zane.
Makes sense.
That guy. Jason Priestley.
Oh, okay. (90210). Like the zip code? Imagine how often you'd have to fix your roof.
Imagine how deaf you would be.
Oh. The devil cometh, huh? Pre-gels.
I don't know what that means.
Crawfish, they said it earlier. It means for nig.
What? That's our word.
The for part? I think you got it all wrong.
As an acting choice, the cowboy in the red shirt, he never blinks throughout the movie except for one time.
Every time he's on film, he's just wide-eyed.
Yeah.
Probably all the fucking cocaine.
Or the meth or whatever.
I think this is pre-meth, right? I thought meth was a relatively new construct.
Oh, it is. I thought you meant the actor.
No, no.
Alright.
Is she the teacher from Back to the Future? You know, where they go to back in time or whatever, the cowboy one?
I don't know.
Which who?
No.
Wyatt Earp's love interest, I guess?
No.
I think no.
Definitely not.
You say that, but they look a lot alike.
No, I don't know her name, though. It's very deep, Wyatt.
How would you know if they died?
Because they came back?
Well, then they didn't die, for one. And for two, they actually figured out what that was.
Massive amounts of dopamine being released by the brain?
No, it's blood loss to the brain. So, you know how they do those, like, flight training, the centrifuge or whatever?
Yeah.
It does the same thing. And so when they pass out from it, they say they experience that. The holy circle, the white light, the whole 9 yards. It's basically blood leaving your brain.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And so one of the guys they were talking to about it, he said he's done it like 100 times. And then it shows pictures of them because they keep spinning and then they pass out. And it's when they pass out that it happens. And so he just keeps doing it.
He's addicted to it.
Yeah, or he's looking for something is more my thing. Because it's like you probably can't recognize things in
God.
it. But after you do it, 50 times, all of a sudden you're like, I recognize this, I understand this, oh, I get this. And it's just like, oh, if I could just do it enough times, I could see it, I could make it, I could do it.
You don't know. Maybe it's true.
Maybe it is. Like
It's
it only
like-
lasts for a second, but
Well, it's like training yourself to training
jerk off?
yourself training yourself to remember your dreams will help you to be in control of your dreams.
You know what was great? That Chantix. I took some of that stuff.
I didn't get anything.
Oh man, it was like movies every night,
Building castles in the sky.
basically, with diamonds and all that. So what are they playing? I never heard of it before.
Red 7. Did you see that? He said, I'll take the Red 7.
I heard you.
Could that be where I got my game handle from?
No.
You want to be picked up by that old man?
A little late for coffee, don't you think?
That dusky-hued lady Satan. He doesn't drink.
Yeah, but it's like dark out.
So, the reason he doesn't drink is explained in Wyatt Earp.
So he's always fresh for the killing?
No, his wife died.
Oh, the one that's addicted to opium?
No, this is before that. So his first wife died, and he crawled into a bottle, and he ended up stealing a horse, and got thrown in jail. And his dad boosted him out, and like, don't ever come back. And so he left Dodge. He left wherever he was from, not Dodge City, but he left wherever he was from, and he headed as far west as he could.
Okay.
And then he completely stopped drinking after that. Allegedly. I don't know. Could all be bullshit.
Well, allegedly.
But that's why he doesn't drink.
Okay.
They really turned this place around. It's pretty great, you know?
Yeah, just think one weird dealer. It's all it takes to fuck up a place.
Yeah, how long and hard was that guy working? He was just bad at his job.
Oh, love connection there.
Pirates of the Caribbean over here.
What's Ike Clayton?
Who says that? Because he's a doctor.
He's a dentist.
Did dentists have to learn Latin?
I don't know. The only thing I know that Wyatt Earp said, or that Doc Holliday said, was in Wine Truth.
I like how they step in when they're getting too enthusiastic with the Latin. They're like, come on, fellas.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
Tone down the Latin. This is America. We speak American here.
Ooh. I don't know about all the twirls and flips. Pulling quick, though. That's actually pretty nice skill. He also doesn't have a very long barrel.
Well. Alright, that's enough.
Right? He's not even doing anything that impressive.
No.
That was pretty smooth, though.
That's the smoothest thing. This is the greatest comeback, though.
Touche. Hey, this Curly Billy's not such a bad guy.
I still don't know what Pharaoh is. Did he, though? Never heard of it. God, imagine how bad it would smell in there.
Awful?
Yes.
Like, just absolutely disgusting.
At least on a horse, you get to wear your fucking nice cotton shirt and not in multiple layers of wool.
I like how he wears a fake button up. I didn't see that coming. Oh, it buttons in the back? Is he wearing his shirt backwards?
No. You need another man to help you dress.
Space Wolves rules, huh?
Seems pretty brave of her just be out here wandering.
That's fine. It's fine. They didn't have kidnappings or sex trafficking back then.
Oh my god. Imagine running a horse through the wilderness. It's a good way to break a leg. You gotta put a horse down. That'll ruin your romantic day. Is this really what it looks like outside Tombstone? I've been there twice. I've never seen any
You
of
gotta
this.
go up to the mountains,
Oh.
which are around Tombstone.
I guess that's fair.
Why not live here?
Where it's nice. Not dusty.
Because there's no silver. I don't know. That's...
I don't know
That's
about
more
the
like
soundtrack.
that's more like what it looks like around Tombstone,
All right.
with all those weird cactus things.
Maybe for
Damn it! You beat me to it.
I bet you we're not going to get a no animals were harmed in the making of this movie.
4 horses died.
Yeah, they
down
probably
that
had a
one
bunch of
hill.
fucking horses down. That's like the worst thing you could do to a fucking horse.
Something that heavy, like going down a hill at that angle? I like her answer.
Room service?
Fuck yeah.
Then why are you out in the woods? No, he's crazy gay. Uh-oh. It's gonna be butt stuff.
He's got the riz, as the kids say.
he's really splashing that riz, huh? There's a lot of crap in the air.
It's apparently a sawed-off 10-gauge shotgun that the madcap guy was using.
All right, and then they just take it and put it on the fucking...
Yeah, under the table.
A 10 gauge.
Yeah, side-by-side 10-gauge.
What's that mean?
2 barrels, 2 triggers.
Oh, okay. Side by side. I thought you said sideways sight.
Ah.
Can you imagine shooting a 10 gauge pistol? Both barrels at the same time? Bah! Your wrist just goes at a 90.
Well, you'd have to do it two-handed. I don't like how it's got the pistol grip. I couldn't imagine shooting something like that without shouldering it.
No, the only way that I would shoot it, you'd have to go like this.
Yeah.
And imagine how hot that would be. Right? To aim it, you'd have to hold the barrel down, right?
You can probably hold it down from the bottom like a normal gun.
Yeah, none of them are doing that. So.
But they also don't have a 10 gauge pistol.
Yeah.
Kansas City to Tombstone. Sounds pretty far.
Yeah.
Something kind of funny. I realized we did our last watch along. We gave spoilers for this movie. We didn't even wait for the movie to start.
The last movie was actually really boring.
No.
So that was a hard watch.
God, I don't remember even what it was right now.
Backdraft.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
It was not what I expected.
Well, it's just weird when the only nudity in a movie for men is male nudity, right?
More than one naked guy.
To be fair, they had pretty nice asses. Hey, it's a chunkhead who goes on to play Sandman in the Spider-Man movies.
This is my joint right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, some opium den. I could get down on that right now. It's so relaxing.
Look at him. He
Kick
looks
your feet
relaxed.
He must be really deep into it. You waiting for him to blink?
Well, had Robert not said it, it wouldn't even have occurred
he
to
just
me
blinked.
Well, there's only one in the movie, so...
No, his eyes just keep wandering. He hasn't blinked.
It's Blunk.
And again, it's IMDb trivia. It could just be bullshit.
I'd take my oath on it.
Ah, there he blinked when he shot.
Wow.
He should be about out of bullets. How big the moon was back in the day. See, that looks pretty long. It's got to be, what, at least 6 inches.
Yeah, that's probably 6 inch. He'd definitely be out of ammo.
Boom, right through him, huh?
The way he acted like that, they actually did get along really well, those two, in real life. And he shot him by accident. The sheriff actually survived and testified as such.
You
He's
did
like-
it on accident.
Yeah. And like the criminal, he apparently always genuinely expressed regret in accidentally shooting him.
Little Fred.
Yeah. And that's what got him off, is the sheriff's, not testifying, but saying that he believed it was an accident as well.
He still has his cup in his hand. I've never noticed that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty smooth.
I recognize one of the guys. You remember the bad guy from Bodyguard? The bad bodyguard that was the assassin, the one with the camera gun? He's one of the cowboys.
Oh.
I didn't even notice that. You'll have to point him out.
I'll point him out next time I see him. You just cut to him real quick when they ran up with the guns. That cop just got shot in front of you and you didn't do anything.
Yeah. Being the marshal, he did nothing. Or, wait, he was the marshal, right?
Sheriff.
No,
He was
but-
shot as the marshal.
Because I think they was...
That's right. So the sheriff is
Yeah,
of the county, and the marshal's...
said, yeah.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Or just one, and we go there and play billiards.
What's that?
Rather than each of them have their own independent billiards room, you just have one house with the billiards room, and you go there and you play billiards. You play pool.
That's a better idea. Good way to get away from all the wives. Honey, I gotta go play pool with my brothers.
Game over, man. Game over.
Get out of here, Locke.
Right? Game over, man. They don't have a cue ball. They weren't playing with a cue ball earlier. He was shooting the 9 ball.
They lost it. On
Hey.
the set, how funny would that be?
It was a simpler time. Simpler rules. That chick's badass.
Right?
Instant backstory.
Ice cars like that are awesome. I always put them on my characters when I make games.
Instant backstory.
Right? At least one backstory. At least one story.
Somebody told me that once. Was that you?
That was me. I would go more for the eye patch though.
Alright.
Comes with at least one story.
Did you say that because of your eye scar? And your mohawk?
And my mo.
Faux
It's not
hawk.
a mo. It's not a faux hawk. It's not a mohawk. It's kind of in between.
Taking everyone's guns away from him.
Yep.
Movie's not quite as exciting as I remember.
I think they're really adding a lot to the mythos here. Because this doesn't seem like the Wyatt Earp I know. What was that? It was crop?
I don't know what that was. I think Wyatt Earp is the one that talks about the feud with the Clantons. Like, it's the Earps and the Clantons just happen to be cowboys. But, there's other people in their gang. Oh, God. We gotta watch that other one.
Wyatt Earp?
Yeah. You're a big Costner fan?
Well, after we do Dances with Wolves, will Kevin Costner weigh into Wyatt Earp?
All right.
It's more likely we'll have to do Wyatt Earp than Dance with the Wolves because there's not too many other actors in Dance with the Wolves.
It's like
to,
three
go
of
to.
them.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's the famous Native American guy who's in so many fucking movies.
Yeah. He's in Maverick. We could somehow work it through there.
What did he say?
Oops. I'm not dealing.
You see that guy's reflexes?
That was a good catch.
That was a hell of a fucking catch. I don't think he's good.
Well, the drinking and smoking and whoring. I'm going to be an avatar someday.
Punk. Denying everyone their Second Amendment rights. This is all the brother's fault.
Yeah. It's true. Well, I mean, that guy did assault somebody and threatened to kill a peace officer and his brothers. So, some of the fault might be on him.
No. If the brother wouldn't have volunteered to be a police officer...
It'd still be causing problems at their poker place.
Yeah, I guess.
They just wouldn't have the authority to quite do as much as they do about it.
You need more cocaine.
It's like his spinach.
Well, it definitely made you wouldn't feel any of it. And you'd have the energy to go around and do shit.
No.
It's a lung thing. Without oxygen, it doesn't matter how coked up you are.
Trust me, I know.
No. The suffrage movement, huh? Political!
If they could see how far women have come now.
So he instantly leaves him. I came to put on my gunfighter's jacket. The old peacemaker, huh? Don't look like no 12 inches. It's pretty small 12, let's just say it.
That's not.
That looks like some sort of ceremonial gun.
It was made for him. Shit. I believe it was made specifically for Wyatt Earp by Colt somebody. I don't know who it was made by, but I think it was Colt. That's it. Come on.
Oh, that's the actual gun, huh?
No, that's a replica created just for the movie.
I wonder if they even know who has it anymore.
Two pistols? I'd probably put somebody on the roof with a rifle. You know, an old 30-30 or something, cowboy gun.
Somebody with a 30-30. That would
Right.
leave quite the hole.
Well, I mean, you're not trying to tickle him.
Oh, and that's another thing. You can't even see the OK Corral unless you pay money to
I
see
know,
it.
that pissed me off to no end. And as I walked up, and I was like, okay, because it looks like the OK Corral, and you like walk in, and they're like, the show starts in 10 minutes, this way to the corral. And I was like, show? Corral? And I look, and it's like, you got to pay per person, or whatever.
I walked into the police, the marshal's office, like the parking lot for the marshals,
Okay.
because I saw OK Corral, and so I start walking towards it, and I see this like indentation, and I start to like walk in between these buildings, and then I look and it says like marshal's office, and I was like, fuck, and there was like 2 cop cars there, and I was like, this is interesting.
Crooked ass cops, I'm sure.
There's, yeah, the whole town's fucking crooked.
I didn't even stop for ice cream or nothing. I just loaded up my family and left. See, they're circling the block, I bet.
No, they're running.
How do you make your ears move like that?
I don't know. I want to be able to do that.
It's really intimidating. Oh, that's that 10 gauge?
Mm-hmm. One of them. They have multiple.
Really having some trouble with that last guy, huh? Get down! Throw your gun at him.
That was apparently a line from the actual fight, too. I got you, son of a bitch. You're Daisy if you do.
What does that mean?
Hmm.
You're a daisy if you do.
Like, the sweetheart. Because he's, got fatal lung disease.
Alright.
I, too, also walk into the middle of the
Alright,
place
that-
that just had a gunfight.
Right? That might actually be a 12-inch barrel. The gun looked really long in his hand right there. It's a big gun.
She's like, you smell like Porthos.
Don't stand there in the little the trough.
I know. God only knows what's running through there.
A lot of horse piss.
Horse piss if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Or Porthos water, as it
Also known as Porthos water.
That's never not going to be funny now.
A lot of looks in this, huh?
Directing.
Why'd they paint him up like that? Good old crooked mouth.
Oh, and it's funny, to get into Boot Hill you have to pay too.
Huh.
The local cemetery where a bunch of those people are buried.
Alright, so I
Everything.
guess forgive and forget, move on. The Cowboys seem pretty good with it. But they wish they put somebody with a rifle on the roof across the street now. He's drawn, boom, down. Real good actor, that one. You said that's 90210?
Mm-hmm.
there's the line.
The red vest, that looks good. I like that.
He was like super far away from him, and then all of a sudden in his face.
It's all perspective of the camera.
Little one.
This will be a hat-on haircut.
He's getting a shave.
Look at that codex, you know.
Perfect. It's flawless.
Could you at least close the door?
Oh, it's little Juanito.
I thought that was Chavez y Chavez.
Feeding a dog a spaghetti plate of noodles. What the fuck? Did you see that?
Yeah. It looked like ramen.
Yeah, it did almost look like ramen.
Oh,
Or like,
it's a bunch of Chinese people in town.
Ramen's like a new thing, though. That's like a World War II thing.
Yeah, it's probably
Chow mein?
Chinese noodles. Thin ones. I don't remember that.
Those were big cards. I need more opium.
so what was his game plan? To shoot one of the girls?
I guess.
You scare the shit out of him.
He's still feeding that dog noodles.
A late night meal of plain noodles, my dog. Love it.
Nothing like a romantic meal.
The dog's like, oh no, Virgil's hurt.
Is this the one that loses his arm?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
This is my first time watching this movie. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm the barber. I can't believe you guys expect me to do this shit.
He's like the guy that shoes the horses.
What did you expect?
At least get a gun.
I like the little planter in the street there. That's kind of cool.
That was the armorer. And the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it was the guys at the beginning. The guy who got his ear shot off, and then the armor. Do you think they just don't know how to play pool?
They probably just lost the cue ball. And, it probably takes a while to get a new one delivered. Where was he? Did he just have a bad feeling? Imagine trying to tough out a storm like this in a tent. An old canvas tent.
It's a lot of blood.
Blam! No, you sons of bitches.
Oh, God. That's his wife! Because she's still in the room. Game over, man.
That was good timing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
They point out, even though his hands are covered in blood, he's not like smearing on his face. Because it's like.
Well, when he's dead.
Maybe it's already wiped off of the palms of his hands.
It's just that's all on the back.
Well, no, are all.
How'd you
on
get so much blood on the back of your hands? That doctor was really digging into his back, too. He lived longer with the gunshot wound than the doctor trying to fix it.
I mean, that's a terrible angle he got shot at, too.
Right in the back?
No, not right in the back. He was like bent over and like leaning across the table, so
Yeah,
like
come in at a weird angle.
yeah, crazy angle. And so I think that's why the doctor was trying to dig the way he was digging.
Okay. I need more opium. an ugly crier.
Blah.
I think he was hoping for his wife to come comfort him, but his wife's all doped up. I think that was the whole thing of that.
All right, you go hold up on that roof across the street with the gun, right? And I'm gonna come up from behind him. Those Indians they learned all those tactics from, right? Does he have 3 guns now?
Who, Doc?
Yeah.
I think he does. I think
Because it looks like he's got a 3rd one in his vest, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like one of those cross chest holsters.
When it's weird because, like, in one scene, it looked like he had 2 holsters on the same side.
All right.
So I don't know if he had like 3 guns then.
That'd be great, like a big one and a little one.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. You go to do the cross draw, and then you run out on one hand, grab that extra gun.
I got an idea. Hook around, right? See, they're all sitting there. We're going to pretend like we're leaving. You come at him from across the street with the rifle, and I'll hook around from behind. You put a couple shots in him. When they're looking at you, I'll come up, bah, 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 bah.
It's weird is Doc Holliday they say only 2 guns here, but they're 2 different types of guns.
I did see that. One's got like a black handle, or one's black and one's silver.
No, they're both silver.
Oh, it looked like one of them was black earlier.
Mm.
Fresh fish received daily. How do you even get fresh fish
Lakes.
in Tucson?
Tombstone?
Tombstone.
There's lakes.
Is there
That'd be the only way to get it.
Is it? But this is back in the day before they made all those lakes, right? There's like 3 lakes in Arizona.
It'd be rivers.
Oh yeah, I guess that's probably true. That mighty Colorado.
I can't do it. I was gonna do the whistle.
The
from
Mockingjay thing?
The Mockingjay sound.
Why would you let this guy go? How have you not already killed him? Cut his other side of his face. I'd at least shoot him in the foot, right?
And hell's coming one day.
Wait till he gets kind of far away and then shoot him. Pepper his back with the shotgun. You know, you probably wouldn't kill him, but you do some real damage. Live long enough to tell the story, but it'd probably get infected.
Of course it would get infected. Back then? Shit. So they just go on a killing spree, killing anyone with a red sash? That sounds like honest police officers, right?
Those old single actions. I can only imagine. You ever see the speed shooters with those? It's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's your downfall. So you're going to be getting the house getting all doped up. And you're not going to be able to defend yourself when they bust through the door.
That could have put anything he just put in his mouth. You know?
That's the joys of the
It's his buddy. Oh, his finger.
You really got to have a lot of trust in people.
I guess.
Because they can do anything they wanted to you once you're all fucking owed out.
It's funny how, like, characters in this movie have their own movies and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that McMaster's is one of them.
I think you're right. I think there was a movie in the 50s or 60s called Johnny Ringo.
I got an idea. Give it a few more minutes till they run out of bullets. No! He like dodged a little bit.
No!
Boom! 10 gauge.
Ah, why would you throw a perfect gun in the rifle in the river like that?
Yeah.
Or shotgun, excuse me.
They don't tie off enough, right? I
Yeah.
always felt like I'd always have like a little chain on my gun, especially with these single actions. You could just drop one, and then it would just be like on your belt, you know. And then you just pull out another one and start shooting.
No, just have multiple cylinders.
Like the pirates, how they used to have a brace of single shot
Yeah,
pistols.
like a bandolero of pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
All you would need is the cylinder, though. Just the wheel part.
Well, but then you could already just pull out another loaded gun.
Yeah, but how many of those are you going to have on you?
4?
4.
You do cross
The answer
chest,
kind of quick.
cross chest like this. Boom, boom. And then some sort of rig, right? And then you could just keep pulling them, and then they'd be like hooked to it with a chain.
And then you have those ones that extend out of your sleeves.
No, because those would be small. Well, I guess maybe one. It's like a backup.
All right. So you'd have like 9 guns then.
Yeah, probably. I'd be that guy. He's also a Freemason.
Who?
The other guy.
How do you know?
He had the Freemason thing on his shirt.
I didn't even notice that.
That's because you're not very smart.
Bitch, blam, blam. I agree, ma'am.
So these guys are just hanging out with the Cowboys, huh?
The old marshal is. Or sheriff, or whatever.
I don't know. It might be kind of hard to go after these guys. They've already killed at least this many, right? It's only 5 of them, and they've killed like 50 of us.
Yeah.
See, look at he's doubling up on guns. He's got a rifle, a shotgun, and at least 2 pistols.
He looks like a vampire.
He'd make a good vampire. Vampires of the Old West.
I think they did a movie. I think Wesley Snipes was in it. Gallows Walker or something.
It's funny because there's like so little like artificial light back then. It'd still just be in the dark almost constantly.
Who was that?
Charlton Heston, for some reason.
What character did he play?
I don't know.
It didn't say his name.
It's not really saying names as they go. What did he say? Go away?
Yeah.
And that's what she has to forgive him for? Bitch, I just watched my brother die.
Yeah. That
In
was,
my arms.
that would have been a good song to have then.
I just died in something so contemporary.
It must have been something or something.
That was pretty good.
What's the big antenna for?
It's for different CB channels.
Oh, back in the day.
I don't know.
Short radio or whatever. That sounds about right. How'd they get him?
That hell's coming with me.
Again.
Just, she gotta stop saying that.
Hell show.
I'm confused about what time of day it is. Well, did he mean like
7 a.m., 7 p.m., today, tomorrow?
Yeah, it was so
How long
vague.
is it going to take to get there?
Will I be hungry? There's so many questions. Plus, it keeps like jumping all over from day to night to dusk.
For what? Nice. Bad childhood? Bad father?
Being born.
There you go. Bad childhood.
This is
I
my
hate
first time
you, Joe.
watching this movie, by the way.
Right. You're just like, oh, I know the line somehow. I was watching some gifs of it before we started. I looked up a bunch of Tombstone memes, so I knew what I was getting into. You'd think by all the memes about coming and taking your gun and stuff that it wouldn't be the police. You'd be like, you put the meme on.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday, a U.S. Marshal, saying, come and take my guns, while he's illegally trying to seize U.S. citizens' guns,
Yeah.
going against the Constitution, their God-given rights.
And then just killing people at random because they're wearing red
Yeah.
sashes.
You really helped a lot. Like, really. You killed like a dozen people for me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good looking. Oh.
They were gay the whole time?
No, I just figured out what you were talking about.
Which one?
Charlton Heston,
Yeah.
the guy who said, from my cold dead hands. And he's gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
That just tracked just now.
All right. Well, at least you paid attention.
They're really calm and cordial, like considering what they are here to do. You know what I mean?
It's true. You guys really helped out a lot too. I don't even know you and you killed like a dozen guys. Thank you.
It's not that big of an oak tree.
Oh, he said it again.
No, that's the first time he said it.
No, he said it earlier.
He said, I'm a daisy. You're a daisy if you
No,
do.
that was a different line.
Did he really
It
say
was
that?
when he was sitting at the barber, remember? And he comes out of nowhere.
scared of him?
Yes. You mean Doc Holliday, one of the most notorious gunslingers of all time? Okay, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I don't understand. Who draws first? How does it happen?
You just draw. That's it. There's no... Well, I guess who draws first is just whoever shoots first is probably most important. But there's no like, 1, 2, 3, draw! You just pull.
This is where Han Solo's shooting first would come in handy.
Yes. Is that kind of like cheating when you start with your hand on the gun?
They both. That's how you do it.
This long ass gun. Imagine when something like that would weigh. You have a dragon on his shirt? Alright. So he literally just went there with those two other guys?
I guess.
Now this is some directing here. Oh, hey, it's that one guy. It's Julio.
I mean, you have to have a montage.
Gonna be a montage. Music's not quite what you would expect. Huh. Little trick shooting there. Little trick riding. Little whole trick tricking. I mean, if you were going to shoot somebody off the back of a horse while riding a horse, it's probably going to be with a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. For best odds? Fuck
yeah. You're going to put 2 barrels into them at once. You're going to shoulder it, of course.
This is why I carry 4 10-gauge shotguns.
Right? So you do like the shoulder rig, right? And so you have your...
Are you talking about having 4 shotguns?
No.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
listen to what I am saying. So on one side would be your normal, 4-inch 6-shooter, right? 45, whatever they shot back in the day. The other side, you got a really sawed-off double barrel, right? So you pull it out, and it's like pistol length, because it's got 8 inches of, 6 inches of barrel, 4 inches of handle.
Okay.
And you're just like, ah! There'd be some spread on that.
It would just be like a 5-foot spread, like...
Right? Put a little duck bill on
instantly.
it. Just heat it up a bit and hammer it some so it's a little flat. And you just like shoot across a whole room.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Look at the wheelchair up the stairs back there. That seems mean. You're never getting down.
This is before ramps.
You're not kidding. Ramp technology had come so far in the last 100 years. It was basically non-existent. Before 1910,
Just stairs.
they didn't even have ramps. Like, ramps weren't even a thing. It's called an incline plane, and it's a simple tool. And they never put 2 and 2 together. All through history. It's stupid.
The whore.
Give me some more opium. I don't remember this. It's like a sad ending where he watches his friend die?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What kind of cowboy movie is this? That's a pretty smooth rope.
Yeah.
I like the color. It's like dark chocolate. Did he just confess again with his cousin? Wait a minute. I looked away to take a drink. What happened?
She was my first cousin.
Oh, God. He did sleep with his cousin. That he was madly in love with apparently his whole life?
Not when you're a cousin fucker.
Don't tell Big Nose, please. We should have got this in high def. I can only imagine the kind of flaws we'd be seeing right now. Look at how close they are. That's so tight.
Val Kilmer's skin is like porcelain.
That's only because they got him painted white because he's got TB.
Oh, that could be true.
He's got like a pimple in his eye. I can see the low def. I guess if you're streaming, right? It's like, this isn't even
Are you just
420.
talking because this scene makes you nervous? Does it make you uncomfortable?
Oh, I'm having feelings and I don't know.
I must repress feelings.
Look at all the little flaws in it. How can something like that make you sad?
Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
It's so imperfect. Oh, he's crying. His contacts probably really hurt. You wrote him a book? Where'd that come from? Who's he got 2 different sized feet? Is that like a throwback?
It's not, he was always promised he would die with his boots on.
She's got a nice booba.
It's probably that corset.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been mad at a corset. Corset? Corset.
Only if you want to butcher the language. Are you sure that's not the girl from Back to the Future 3?
Clara?
The one that falls in love with
Yes.
Clara. That's not.
This may have been one of those movies that I walked out of. Like Doc Holliday killed Ringo, and I was like, it's a good ending. He got up and walked away.
Yeah.
That's happened to me quite a few times.
Shawshank.
Yeah, the Shawshank. When he crawls out of the prison and he pops out of the hole, and it's like raining and there's all the thunder and stuff, I got up and I was like, wow, that's a good ending. He got out. And then I walked away. It's like a half an hour movie after that.
So, his wife?
I don't think they were married. You're talking about Maggie? He set him up with his one-armed brother.
Maddie.
Now his one-armed brother has 3 wives now. Right? That's how it worked back in the day.
That's pretty miserable.
Well, he's only got 1 arm. So it probably helps to pick up the slack to have another wife or 2. I guess one of them's an opium fiend. Oh, I got a good play. So you know he's got a bad arm. You keep that one out of your coat, and then you keep your good arm in your coat with your gun. And so when you're walking around, they think your bad arm's your good arm, but really your good arm's in your coat. You can fucking shoot people before they can pull.
Just a gun in your pocket?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And so he walks around, swinging around his bad arm like it's his regular arm.
Pocket gun!
Keeps his good arm in his pocket with a big gun.
Apparently the director for this was a piece of shit. The actors all
really hated him. This is like a dream team of actors too, especially for a western.
Yeah.
Specifically, Sean Beehn, I think it was, said he hated him because he talked down to anyone who wasn't in a position of power, but then sucked up to everyone who was.
Yes, I fucking hate those kind of people. I know exactly what you mean. So this, what were we going to say?
Isn't that literally you to a T?
That's not me at all. I literally got called.
What would you do for your boss to get his position?
You mean like get him fired or something?
No.
I had a meeting with my boss's boss, who I do not get along with, right? Because one of my coworkers didn't feel comfortable going into a meeting with him alone and asked me to go in as a witness. So we ended up being in there for 2 hours. A half an hour of which, maybe 20 minutes of which, was talking about what Noel and them were supposed to. The last hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, were me and Dave going back and forth. He asked me what I would do to save morale in the district, and I told him I would fire him and everybody else in upper management.
When?
This yesterday? I had 2 meetings with him. But, like, literally, he's like, what do you think is the morale problem around here? I was like, really, Dave? It's you. I went off on him. Noel was there, and so was Mr. Church. And this was, like, yesterday.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, it'll be. Jeff did, I think that's might be why he called no show today. That's my boss. My direct supervisor. And then Farmer had to call me up. Because I got a call, even though I didn't go to work today, and then I texted him and told him I got a call, Sanchez, first floor, that's the doctor's office, and I was like, if you want me to go in, you're gonna have to pay. And so he said, comp time, overtime, whatever, do it. He called me to say it because Stephanie was like, you better text him and get him to say he's gonna pay you before you go in.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was like yesterday to today. So no, I'm not that guy at all.
Alright, so my favorite part. Oh, that's intense.
Yeah, that's like me every day. That's literally
Yes.
Thursday for me. I just can't take it. I told you I applied for those two management positions. Both the interviews, one right after the other, an hour-long interview apiece. Before I could get back down to my desk, I had a reply email saying they don't want me for the job, and that I don't meet the minimum qualifications for the position. Like, before I could get back to my desk from the interview. So, I just couldn't take it anymore. When he was like, what do you think the morale problem is around here? I laughed. He's like, if you could be king for a day, what would you change? And I was like, at first I would go and ask everybody what's wrong. And then see where you would go from there. Then I would fire anybody above managers. And they're like, what? And I was like, you? Carlos? Mr. Church? Because he was in the meeting too. And then he was like, well, what about Bikini? Or I don't want to say too many more names. But I was like, you're just filling out the list. And then for literally like an hour and a half, we just went back and forth about how there's misconceptions about it.
Did you? I hope you recorded this.
This one I didn't because it wasn't my meeting. It was Noel's meeting. I should have though. That would have been a great one. But
because now they can say. Anyways,
they can say whatever they'd like. They can say whatever they'd like. So my favorite part, I don't know. I didn't really like it. I guess Val Kilmer? The end, not my favorite.
Too sad for you?
Too sad for me.
Alright. I saw a tear welling up in your eye.
Well, I mean, is this how it ends? There's one thing dying
not like this.
Gloriously in a gun
not
battle.
Like this.
Yeah.
Dying without your boots on.
Yeah, dying in bed.
It is very sudden, because it's like...
That was a hard cut.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they won, they did it. Oh, the Cowboys, oh.
Wait, what's going on here? Why is it lying down?
Yeah. Wait a minute, this don't look right. What's with all those weird wheelchairs in the back upstairs?
This was like a pretty star-laden movie.
Oh, look, it's Matty Earp, right? So it was his wife.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought he said something about they were just together, not really married or something.
I think it's more like it was just a shitty marriage.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's because she was a druggie.
Yeah.
I like all the one-liners. So many quotable quotes.
There's a lot of quotable quotes.
Laudable.
That's probably my favorite thing too. Laudable.
I don't even.
If I had to pick two, I'm gonna say the outfits. The way the Earps dress, the black trench coat and stuff, that's pretty smooth. I could definitely do that. 3-piece with a trench coat. I think they call them storm coats.
All right.
Because it's so short.
My favorite, Ike Clinton.
Long coat? Oh, yeah?
Ike Clinton standing up for his Second Amendment right. And
no matter the cost.
The whole time. You know, he had the courage to stand up to the police and say no. No. Second favorite part.
It said no animals were harmed.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it for a second.
Second favorite part, that bold-faced lie they just told.
Obviously horses are dying.
Yeah.
They probably just don't count horses. That's how they get away with like horse racing and stuff.
Oh.
They canceled an entire show because a horse got injured one time on HBO. And it was a show about horse racing.
You know what they do to horses? They get injured in horse racing?
Second favorite part was the devil. Whatever her name was.
Faust.
No, the devil.
Faust's deal with the devil?
Yes.
The actress or whatever?
Yeah.
I still think it's the girl from fucking Back to the Future. You could show me a picture proving it's not, and I wouldn't believe it.
What? Not going to do it.
You could.
We never look things up.
We never.
Good night. Bye.